Shani, let me ask you a question. In your observation of not just this fight, but I assume that are you a Crawford fan?
Yes.
Okay. So in your opinion as a fan of Terrence Crawford, when you saw him knock out David Ebenezer, personally as a fan, how did you feel about it? What was your observation of that fight?
Dave Ebenezer, I can't recall. I'm not gonna speak on something that I haven't seen in a while. So, but
Okay.
um, as far as this fight, I did see the difference in IQ. That's another thing that a lot of people aren't giving Crawford credit for. That his boxing ability is um, one of a kind, and um, I seen how much he backed Spence down, and I just feel like Terrence is fearless because he didn't know he thought he was gonna run into a good Earl too. He didn't know he was gonna get that type of Earl in the ring. Like he said, he was shocked himself. Like, damn, well, he's not hitting this hard. And they say Errol's a very a power puncher, and he didn't have that punching ability in the ring. So, like, I feel like everyone has to make an excuse because in this case, I guess Errol is like Superman, and and Terrence is like Batman. Uh, and it's like everybody's taking a pick, like who's my favorite superhero, and they both fighting the same. They fighting the same fight. Terrence just doesn't get the fight because I guess he's not marketable. I think it's because of his marketability. I guess he's not. He doesn't have the face for it because if it would have been anybody else, um, it wouldn't have been like that. He would get way. They would get way more respect than he's getting for putting Arrow down. Who put him down 3 times in a fight? 3 times. We've never seen Arrow be down 3 times. You mean to tell me that it's just because he's gassed or he's just because he's tired or what happened?
Sound
Like that's my thing. If people say,
like you just
yeah,
said, sound like you saying part of what we saying. If you just said that Bud said that he wasn't gonna get that part of Earl, is that not some of what we saying?
he didn't know. Well, yeah, he didn't know that he was gonna have a bad night. Like
I,
everybody wanted it to be like a fair fight. Like both of them were going in and giving blows, but Errol not just to have a bad night, but that's the thing. Everybody just hung up on that part of it. Give the winner's props. Like it
I
takes so much out of people just to say, "Oh my
I
God,
love
he didn't
for
win."
if
And
Earl is best that night. If you saying what we saying,
huh?
how do we give Bud the most credit, all the credit, if the Earl that we usually see wasn't in the ring? You saying what we saying in a way, but we saying more. So if you sound
But
like
for me, for me, for me, I'm not using that as an excuse though. I'm
but
not saying that
excuse is
because
fact.
he looks like
Fact.
he's fake drained and everything. He knew what he was supposed to go up in there and do. Even if he was tired and all this everything, Crawford could have went in there the same way. Obviously, he was on a whole different level when he went into the ring. It's not his fault that Arrow. And one thing, I said it again. I said it before in the first. I said the defense was horrible. Nobody,
No,
he didn't. The most of the time, he let this man punch him in the face. So it's because I'm weight drained. Who know? I don't give a damn if I am super tired. I don't want to get punched in the face. I'm gonna block myself and make sure that I'm covering and doing whatever I can. Terrence, he didn't take a beating because obviously Arrow was throwing him, but obviously he didn't have the packing power. So what he was doing most of the time, blocking the punches,
right.
bobbing and weaving. You didn't see none of that. Arrow stood in front of all of them punches like he was Superman, and he was just throwing haymakers like I was gonna be done. He
Now,
looked like Deontay Wilder out there, and that's really bad.
answer this.
So
Why do Bud fans act like it wasn't Bud plan to keep Earl Spence
huh?
out of the ring to get him to look a certain way? Why do Bud fans act like that wasn't intentional on Bud's behalf to prolong the fight? If he's so badass, what he waiting so long for? That's
Why
what
he waited? Cause that was personal between like contracts and everything like that. As far as like the business side, I think I don't know if there was like somebody waiting out. I think he'd been wanting it. I think both of them actually wanted to fight each other. I don't think they were ducking one another. Like I really feel like they wanted to fight. They couldn't get the business together, and for however long it took, that's what it took for the fight. But that's just another reason to say why Earl won. Okay, so he waited it out. Oh, so because he's weight trained. Oh, what is it? What's another excuse? Because Crawford took PEDs. What are we talking about? Wait, no. The gloves were loaded. The gloves were loaded. Obviously, the man had his hand open up in the gloves, but the fucking gloves were loaded with bricks and stones, and that's what made Earl have a fucking size of a knot of a cartoon character on his forehead. Because and oh my God, this. I guess we see like two different viewpoints. Because
is it a fact or an excuse? That Bud, did that happen or did that not happen? Bud gloves busted open versus Amnesia. Did that happen or did that not?
It didn't happen in the fifth fight.
Did it happen in the Amnesia fight? That's what I'm asking.
I said like Terrence is fighting just another trope to try to take away from what he's done.
Right now, before we get to the next question, did his gloves bust? Versus the dude.
Even if the glove busted, so a glove can't bust in a fight?
Both of them? Hell no. What they busting for?
Y'all got all the excuses. But what happened? Why are you bringing the glove up now? Like, why are you bringing the glove up now in this fight?
I want to ask the question. We're not making excuses. We are giving Terrence Crawford his win. We not disputing that. We just saying that we see. On my channel, when before the fight, I say I give Terrence Crawford 40% and I give Earl Spence 60%. I said that I won't be surprised if Terrence Crawford beat Earl Spence, and I won't be surprised if Earl Spence beat Terrence Crawford. See, the difference is we watch Earl Spence fight. We're not talking about people who don't actually watch it.
I watched Earl fight.
Well, then, if you really, I'm talking about if I'm talking about people, it's a difference in between looking and watching. We know how Earl Spence fight. That's the reason why we can say he wasn't the same Earl Spence. But see, you have many people saying that Earl Spence was 100%. It's because those people don't watch.
After a loss, the loser was never the same after a loss. The winner is always seen as a winner. As soon as a winner loses, then it's always going to be looked at as something's wrong. We talking about never going to be looked at as being right. We talking about
before the fight. We're not talking about after the fight. We talking about. I knew that Earl Spence wasn't the same in the first round when they gave Earl Spence the first round. I told my wife, I said, this man is not the same. I said, something is off. But you keep talking about that Terrence Crawford looked all like this and like this and like this. But the reason why he looked like that is because Earl Spence wasn't 100%. Now, if you listen to Errol Spence after the fight, he said that Terrence Crawford came to fight. He said Terrence Crawford was 100%. Errol Spence never said he was 100%. So what we saying is we're not making excuses. We telling you what we saw. You know what I'm saying? That's what we say. We're not just making up nothing. We telling you what we saw. That's the difference.
I tell you what I saw. He looked like he was kind of zooted, like he probably was in that Tyson pack and took a couple of them edibles or something. And that's another thing too.
Come on, man. You flipping now. You flipping.
No. Let me get it off. So wait. Hold on.
Let it talk.
What is the outside activity outside of boxing? What is life looking like? So you want to put up two of them together, what their stat sheets look like when they're off, like when they're not in the ring. So Earl, probably he slowed down on the drinking, he slowed down on the partying, but at a certain point in his life, he was out in the streets. He was living his life like a rapper. Terrence Crawford does not drink, he does not smoke, he's a spiritual person, and so a lot of that time too, like that's gonna count in a fight too. He could have been smoking weed all weekend, and it's like,
come on now, you tripping? You tripping?
You said he didn't look. You say he didn't look the same. Y'all trying to make it all drastic, like, oh my God, like he needs to go get some surgery, or he probably needs to go get his head checked.